Is Davi single?
The more you date, the less likely you are to find your person. He is not interested in you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Boy Problems. We're already giggling. We're already having a good time. So Davi has been popping off on TikTok, on Instagram, on any social, unintentionally
randomly
popping off. He does.
I interrupt you a lot. Sorry.
That's okay. You've been forgiven. So if you're not watching this, I will describe you. Davi has very dark, beautiful hair, slick back.
Slicked.
He has a white t-shirt and he's always in his car, and he is usually the most written by a woman man on the internet right now. I'm not kidding.
I have a ghostwriter.
I DM'd you.
You did.
10 days ago.
Just 10 days ago.
I think it was not a long time ago.
It feels like a lot.
It feels like we've known each other.
Internet time is very long.
I feel like I know you. I've known you in another life.
We texted a lot. We texted a lot. And texting a lot nowadays is meaning you know each other really well.
I told you I was sick. You didn't
Yes, you were sick.
Respond.
I didn't even ask you what you had. I just let it go.
Yeah, why?
I figured you wanted the privacy, like HIPAA. You don't want to disclose your medical records to me.
I was kind of hurt.
That was a bad sign. That was a bad start for me because this is a professional relationship. Like I would never ask my coworker why he's
what's going on?
Ill.
What? Why not?
People don't want to talk about these things.
Okay, but you don't want to talk about it. But girls want to talk about it. I thought you understood women. No, the first time I saw you on my feed, I was like, this is AI. Like there's no way this man is saying everything I've ever wanted to hear from a man. It's AI generated. And then the second video that popped up in my feed, I was like, oh, this is really good. I don't believe it. A woman is writing this. And then the third, fourth, fifth time, I was like, this is so amazing. You're so amazing.
Okay, stop.
I
don't do compliments.
Oh,
I mean, I hand them out, but I don't receive them well.
Why? Because you're a man and men don't.
Is that a man thing?
I feel like that's what you would say. I already think I know you.
You woman-splained me. I think it might be because I am a man.
You are a man.
And so it may be that all of the things about me are determined by that. That would simplify me very, very much.
But do you think that men should get complimented by women?
I think men would love to be complimented by women, but because we are so rarely complimented, we then develop this struggle in accepting the compliments because it's not as frequent as us. I mean, I have this conversation with women often about how I don't say this in a way that is sad. I'm not complaining about this. I think it's a superpower that we have, which is that we get to actually be invisible in the world. Women are rarely invisible, and as a result, of course, it's difficult sometimes to be out there and be stared at and be talked to constantly, and you can never just have your own moment. Men instead are the other extreme. I mean, I don't know, maybe Brad Pitt 1993 but even so, I'm sure it was not that bad for him. Like we get to walk in the world and pretty much be alone.
Wow.
And that's a good thing in some ways, and in other ways we rarely receive the kind of constant validation that women get all the time.
That is like fascinating. So you feel like you can be invisible, and the upside is that men can go about their days without really seeing themselves through the eyes of other people because you're not being gawked at or, noticed in the same way that women sort of can't escape it. But there's a downside that you feel sort of not seen in your life.
I think the downside is minimal. I think for the most part, we're fine in not being seen. I don't know what it's like to be a woman, although my account makes it sound like I do. But I often think about this fact, which is that I've never been a woman. And so I've never been the recipient of the stares and the visibility and constantly being seen through the eyes of other people as you walk through the world, just feeling the weight of the world's eyes on you in a negative way at times, I imagine. But what was interesting was first time that I dated an objectively beautiful woman. Because, everybody thinks the girlfriend is pretty. But
she was really pretty.
She was actually like objectively pretty, classically pretty. Like 99% of people think she's pretty.
Okay.
And it was a difficult experience at first because a man never has the eyes of the world on him. And now he's walking through the world because he hasn't developed evolutionarily or even just from his own experience. He hasn't developed a defense mechanism of not noticing. Because I feel like women at some point they don't even notice everyone that's watching them because otherwise they would just explode.
Yeah.
I used to think she was lying when she would say, really? People are looking at me? But now I realize that no, she actually she had to develop an evolutionary defense mechanism to not notice it. Otherwise you can't function.
Yeah.
But the man who for the first time is present during that moment moment and is living in the world with her in that way, it's actually quite difficult at first. And it reminds me of like, there's that meme that says something like, we have to excuse him. It's his first time being with a baddie or something like that. This is a real thing. Like men.
So this meme, for people who haven't seen it, women posting a video of their boyfriend and being like, I got to be more patient with him because I'm his first baddie. So what does that mean?
For me personally, it meant that initially it was just hard to exist in that world with her. And that made me realize, imagine how hard it's been for her. You're never alone anymore. You're never allowed to just sit there and have your coffee. Wow. You have to endure the 10 men that walk by and stare at her. As a man, of course, that maybe triggers a little bit of jealousy or possessiveness or whatever. But whatever it is, that uncomfortable feeling, though, I imagine is minuscule compared to the same discomfort that the woman must feel when she notices or feels that. But like I said, I think personally that I think women probably feel it less often because they can't just exist that way all the time. But you tell me, you're the woman.
Oh my God. I just feel so seen right now. And it's not because...
This is what I do.
This is what you do. No, because... Anyway, sorry if this is like... People are going to be like, she's rewarding the bare minimum. But I think it's always remarkable when a man is able to be like, I have... First of all, identify your feelings of possessiveness, jealousy, right? Like that you're, self-aware of. We're going to talk about that later. We'll put a pin in that. But then also being able to then have granular understanding of what emotion she's feeling, even though you've never been a woman and you've never been an attractive woman, maybe. And I will say, I think that this is not an attractive woman thing. I think maybe it's worse.
So there's levels,
right?
Yeah.
And I think women who have bigger breasts, right, or like can be objectified in ways that and especially from a really young age. But the thing you're describing is how I remember feeling when I was still a child.
Oh my God.
I remember being like 12. It started really around 12 for me because I was tall. And so I looked older too, but still, I looked still like a teenager. I didn't look like I was, an adult. And it was adult men were looking at me. And I remember really having a moment where I was like, do I have something in my teeth? Like, do I have something? I thought something was wrong with me because they kept staring at me. And then, around, I would say 13, 14, I was like, oh, they like want me? Like it felt gross, right? It felt bad. It's so powerful what you just said. So you started posting videos. You didn't intend to go viral at all. You want to be a writer. You're a lawyer.
Yes.
And you posted a lot, again, about things that women, like I took a few notes, some of your most amazing videos. You talk a lot about something that I'm very worried about, which is the nonchalant epidemic going on. I think it's happening with everybody. It's cool to be nonchalant. It's cringe to try and like want someone or want something. But I think it's especially pernicious with men because in the old school, I guess, and sort of traditional, not even traditional, but like in the sense of what we've been used to with romance between women and men are usually pursuing and women are receiving, women are responding, women are matching, right? And I think that what's happening, what I'm noticing in my life for sure, is a lot of men who are like, well, why don't you text me? Why don't you initiate? And I'm like, because you're the guy. It's been very perplexing for me because I also am a feminist and I'm all about bending, gender norms, but I'm also kind of concerned because I feel like men are retreating, whatever. On TikTok, people will be like, men want the princess treatment now, but it does feel strange. And I think part of it is that women have evolved so quickly in the last few years. Women are taking on more masculine, quote unquote, roles, which have been denied to them in the past. Obviously, women have always worked. I'm not saying women have never been, the earners in their households, but there's definitely more encouragement from women to take on more of that role. And so I wonder if it's then created confusion for men about how to be in a romantic partnership with women who have like changed and evolved so quickly.
This is a lot.
I know.
You said a lot of things.
I know.
I'm going to try to be able to respond.
No, I mean, just, you don't have to. Just what does it bring up?
You said a lot of important things that I hope I can cover, but I'm going to come momentarily to the defense of men, but it's not really a defense. It's more of an apology. It's like Socrates, like his apology before he had to be assassinated. But anyway, I think that the social climate is confusing now at times for men. It feels more difficult than ever to just go up to a woman because you just don't know if it's okay. It used to be you don't know if she's going to accept it or reject it.
Yeah.
Now it's you don't know if she is going to be against the idea of it happening. And so some men are maybe trying to be respectful, but that is one thing. As far as wanting princess treatment, point. And also the other thing that you said, which is that things have moved so quickly. Sometimes we take for granted how much different the world is than it had been for thousands and thousands of years. Mm-hmm. We're talking about a matter of a couple of decades. The world was the same for thousands of years. We're trying to catch up socially and culturally, a rate of change that human beings are not designed to adapt to. Mm-hmm. And so I think that we're caught in this moment. Maybe future generations will do a much better job than us, but we're caught in this really difficult moment being the guinea pigs of all of this transformation. And that makes, I think, dating also difficult. The statistics are just not in our favor right now. I mean, by our favor, I mean humanity's favor. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have 50% divorce rates. The people that do get married, I don't know, 70% of them or more, I'm being conservative here, 70% or more are probably miserable.
Yeah.
Half of people our age will likely never marry. Mm-hmm. We're going to be the first generation that in our 60s, more of us are single and dating than ever before. Like being single and dating will be the norm, will be the majority of 60-year-old millennials and Gen Z. It has to be, but that's the trend. Yeah. And of course, society usually has a reaction to that. Mm-hmm. So maybe then in 100 years, we're going to go back to being Mormons or something. But in the meantime, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And it just so happens to be during our lifetime.
Yeah.
We're going to be in the dating apps hard.
No.
When we're 70. Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's going to be the norm.
We think we're going to be going out on first dates.
Yes.
We're going to be on dating apps in our 60s.
More people will be dating. Remember this. Scientific studies show that in the year 2050, more 60-year-olds will be single and dating than married.
I give up.
That's my educated guess based on the situation.
The idea that I will be dating in my 40s, it makes me ill. And it's not an age thing. I can't wait to be 40. It's just an idea of still going on dates at that point in my life makes me want to throw up. Makes me want to just throw in the towel. Why is it so hard? Why can't we just stay in relationships? Why don't things work anymore?
I'm going to say something incredibly controversial. You know how religious couples rarely get divorced? And then we say, oh, of course they're not getting divorced because of their religion. Actually, duh. You think it's a gotcha moment, but it's not. The point is that marriage for thousands of years was very tied to religion. It was a sacrament, for instance, in Christianity. I'm not that familiar with Judaism and Islam, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty sacred there too. In the world's major religions, I think that the secularization of marriage, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with this. I'm just looking at this as an archaeologist, as an anthropologist. Mm-hmm. The secularization of marriage brings with it also the end of marriage. Because in a way, as soon as you make it something that is severable, it's no longer what it used to be. It used to be literally,
for
now
life.
That we did this, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not considering anything else. I'm not looking over my shoulder. I'm not wondering if things go badly. There is no solution to it. Obviously, that comes then with a million other problems and terrible things, but it's also why marriage rates were higher and divorce rates were lower. So I don't know what the solution is within the new vision of marriage. I don't know if there is a solution, because inherent to the new vision of marriage is that it is something that can end.
Yeah. It's too easy to leave.
Yeah, it's incredibly easy.
It's too easy.
It's way harder to stay.
It's harder to stay, and it's very easy to leave. At the same time, when I think back at relationships, I feel like 2020 had it broke everyone's brains in a way that things were not like fabulous before, but whatever social problems we had in 2019, after 2020, just exponentially, I think got worse. And dating is definitely like in there. I think anyone who denies that, I'm like, I don't know. Some people met the love of their lives online during COVID, and I'm like, good for you.
Well, that's when online dating really took off. It was around already for like maybe 5-10 years.
Yes.
But it really became almost the principal form of dating.
It did.
For like a good year and a half.
100%. 100%. What's the solution? Because I'm at the point, should I just do an arranged marriage? Like, should I just decide I'm marrying you? We're just in it. But then the other person, you both have to lock in. And I think that's what's happening. People aren't locking in. I think
about my forefathers who grew up in a small rural town in the Apennines, in the mountains of Italy. They probably never even saw the beach. People think Italy. No, they probably never went more than 10 miles from the place they were born. And they all had to choose amongst one of the 13 people that were in their age group to marry. And every single one got married and had kids and had a life.
Yeah.
And I just think that, I'm not giving any solutions here. I'm just saying that we have a lot of problems. And one of the problems is, of course, the illusion of infinite choice.
Yeah.
I have never been in a relationship where I'm absolutely certain that my girlfriend wasn't still wondering if there was somebody better.
Whoa.
And they didn't say that, but I just know it because I know people.
Do you operate like that?
I think every human being who's the product of this time, and then when you're in New York City or any place with a lot of people, the illusion of choice, no one is smart enough to outsmart life. So you think you're immune to these things. Oh no, I know. Yeah, illusion of choice. Okay, but you can't outthink reality. And the reality is that being surrounded by the illusion of choice gets to you, and it changes you. It changes your brain. It changes the way you think and the way you act, the way you live. And I think it's very, very hard to find a person in our world today that doesn't suffer from a little bit of this delusion. And that delusion is cancerous to relationships, because the only way a relationship functions successfully will not end is if both parties genuinely believe this is the greatest person in the world for me. Not the greatest person ever. I'm not saying you have to be delusional, but you do have to have a little bit of that, of this other delusion, as opposed to the delusion of choice, the delusion that this person is right for you.
Yeah.
And it's hard now when, you're constantly looking over your shoulder, or a person is someone better, and they're not better, by the way, is a swipe away. It's just not true.
It's not true. And also, a crush is just a lack of information. I think about this all the time. Like, even when I was in relationships and I had like, oh, what if, little glimpses of like someone, it's like, because I didn't know them. And once you get to know people and see them up close, they'll have stuff too, right? In the same way that you're experiencing issues with the relationship you're in. And the thing that blows my mind is that the illusion of choice, you're right, is totally at play here. And this has happened to me where I'll get out of a relationship, I'll have a conflict with someone I'm dating, and we're like, oh, we're calling things off. And then immediately I can go on a dating app, right? And there's that moment of, well, I can just get someone else. And then you go on the dating app and it fucking sucks, right? Like dating apps are famously a difficult experience for a lot of people. It's rare that people are like, I love dating apps. Like, I love online dating. But still, we do have that illusion, right? That you can just find someone else.
But there's a paradox here that's at play that I think people aren't really recognizing. I've recognized it. I'm sure other people have as well. But I think that the paradox of this, I can say from experience that I've noticed this about myself, is that the more you date, the less likely you are to find your person. That's the paradox, I feel, of the extreme dating culture. Because when you have too many people on your rotation, when you have too many people on your mind, you're less likely to form a meaningful bond with any of them.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's coincidental. The more we're dating, the more we have dating apps, the more we're swiping, the more we're constantly going out with people, the less we're getting married, the more we're getting divorced, because I think it all works together, which is that there's this strange inverted kind of correlation where the more you date, the less you marry.
Yeah.
Whereas these people getting married at 21 in Utah, they somebody at the church, it works out, they get married. Now, I'm not saying that is the better way, but just in terms of success rate in achieving marriage, if that's your goal is to get married, I would say date less. Find somebody that you like and try really hard with them. And I would suggest being monogamous in your dating, in the sense of date this one person, even if it's just 3 dates.
Yeah.
Like, be done with them and then go to the next person on your rotation. Right. Don't do Monday one guy, Tuesday another guy, Wednesday another guy. Do Monday, Thursday, next Monday with one guy.
Yeah, commit.
Then when you're done because you don't like them, then go to the next guy.
Yeah.
That is also helpful, because you need a little more focus.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I have a famous 5 crush rule where I need 5 crushes at all times. But I'm not going on 5, I'm not dating 5 people.
Right.
It's like, oh, the barista's kind of cute at my coffee shop, or like, oh, I can have this crush on like whatever. But I have never done the thing where, like, if I'm going on a date with someone, I'm not making other dates. That's a pretty wild concept to me. I'm like, I have a date, like, I'm giving it my all.
I think that's doing it correctly. I suspect for the most part, people are dating, are casually dating many people at once and trying to figure it out that way. Right. And I think that's just too confusing. And it's so non-committal. We're not designed for this. We're not designed to be creating multiple connections at once.
Yeah.
You can make multiple connections over the course of your life, but you can't make multiple connections at the same time. Something is getting lost there. And what's getting lost is your ability to meet somebody.
Yeah. Unless you're polyamorous.
By the way, let's do whatever you want to do. Or
you're on Love Island.
I'm talking about people here who are desiring a monogamous marriage.
Relationship. Yeah. Like, rupture of the social contract fact, there's been a lot of ways that it's happened, but I think when it comes to relationships, definitely my parents are like a perfect example. They've been together for almost 40 years and they love and fuck each other. They stay in the room. Like that's the key, right? Like, yes, communication, yes, finding someone who's compatible, yada, yada, yada. But also like, we're not leaving. Yeah. Like that's the, okay. So the internet is gonna, wait, what do you want to say?
I was gonna say, I think we also have another problem that I love to talk about. And I was very excited about an opportunity. This just came to, I remembered that I love to talk about this. Oh my God,
let's go.
Another issue that we face in relationships nowadays is the way the definition of infidelity has evolved.
Oh.
And the way that so much infidelity now occurs online, where it is recorded. I like to make this analogy. I think that you have to sit down with your partner and decide what's wrong, because we don't know. We just started this. For thousands of years, we knew what was wrong. Man goes to another woman, puts hands on woman, kisses woman, has relations with woman, cheating.
Yeah.
Now it's like we have this, is a like cheating? Is a heart eye emoji cheating? Searching a woman's name on your Instagram account cheating? And I think that, one, have that conversation. I think that a great analogy is that for hundreds and thousands of years, so much of what today is considered infidelity back then was never even seen. Like, for example, I'm going to make an analogy that I think is accurate. Maybe someone will disagree. I think that liking a girl's picture is the equivalent of flirting with the bank teller in 1976.
Yeah.
You didn't go home with her. Yeah. You didn't get her number. You never see her again, but you had a moment where you let her know you thought she was pretty. We got girls out here leaving people for this.
But you're flirting in front of the bank teller in front of all of her friends. That's actually...
It's
public. It's not private. You're doing it in front of her friends, her family, her dad, her mom.
Of a girl that doesn't know her. There you go. No, I'm kidding. But the point is,
someone might see. I think it's but I love it. But I love this.
This is so important to figure out. We have to figure this out.
Is liking a thirst trap cheating? Again, I don't think it's cheating. I think it's inappropriate. When I see my friends' boyfriends and I see a like on a thirst trap from, I won't name women's Instagram handles, but like, you know who I'm talking about. I go, come on, dude. I feel embarrassed for her.
Certainly. Let me ask you a question. Piggybacking on something we said earlier.
Yeah.
We want men to be the pursuers and the women to be the pursued.
Well, I want that.
You want that.
People don't have to, but I
do.
You
and I want that.
Yeah.
So people like you and I, let's now adopt that to this other conversation. If the man is the liker of the thirst trap and the woman is the poster of the thirst trap, is it okay for your girlfriend then to be the poster of a thirst trap? If it's not okay for the boyfriend to be the liker of another thirst trap, when the woman knows that the thirst trap is her version of attracting pursuit, which is the role of the woman in your mind.
Sure.
So now what do we do?
Interesting.
I know we can do something. Couples can agree. I will not like anybody's pictures, and you will stop being hot online. People could come to that agreement.
Yes, yeah.
But it's got to be consistent, though.
Yeah.
It can't be you stop liking, but I'm going to keep being hot. That seems to be a disconnect.
Interesting. But being
I'm thinking
hot.
Out loud here.
No. I think this is this is very interesting. And please sound off in the comments.
I'm gonna get rocked.
If you
I'm just making up theories. I don't believe any of this.
No, you don't. You own it. It's okay. No, it's interesting. If you tell your boyfriend that he can't like other women's thirst traps, does that mean that you're not allowed to post thirst traps?
It seems to me that would be the consistent way to do it. I think that would be fair.
But it's not. I don't think I agree.
Of course not.
No, because I'm not posting it for other guys. I may be posting it for the girlies, and then I want you to like it, and then you're allowed to like mine. And then if you're like, I love thirst traps, it's like, I'm giving you thirst traps, you can like mine.
I have to really think about this one. This is a tough one. It's
a good one.
This is like a philosophical conversation.
Okay, if you think, God, I really am curious what people think about this.
I'm going to stick to my position on this without really thinking it through and say that I think that the fair exchange is in a world in which this particular couple believes that the man is the pursuer and the woman is the pursued.
Right.
That the man is the liker and the woman is the post pictures that are liked. By the way, this concession or this agreement only is necessary, I think, in situations where you feel that way about it.
Yeah.
I imagine there are also women out there that don't care
if
their boyfriend likes girls' pictures.
Yes.
And just like there are men out there who don't care if their girlfriend is posting very provocative pictures every day.
Yeah.
So obviously this depends on how the relationship feels about these things. But I guess the point point is go talk about these things.
There's so many ways of cheating.
Yes, there's too many now.
Yeah, it's called micro cheating. Have you heard of that?
I think that's the word
basically
for
micro cheating, right. And that was not a thing before. Like our grandparents didn't know what that meant.
You had to really go out there and cheat.
Yeah,
you had to do the whole thing.
You had to do. Oh, interesting.
There was no other way.
Right.
Like there's no way to contact people back then. The yellow pages, and you had to call the house phone, and the husband picks up anyway. Like you can't. There was no way to have side conversations on a device.
Do you think we're encouraged to cheat? Do you think that everything that is sort of encouraging it to a certain extent?
I think these things definitely make it easier, and anytime something is easier, it's by definition encouraged.
Yeah.
It's so easy now to like a picture. That's much easier than going somewhere physically and telling a girl, I like your face. That was hard to do.
Right. What is the problem you encounter the most in dating?
Problem I encounter in dating is, for me personally, is how difficult it is to find someone you really like. Which again connects to my earlier point, which is that dating more people doesn't mean more success, because that just means you're dating more people that you're not going to like. Because you're still going to get married, theoretically, if you're monogamous. You're still going to get married with one person. So if I date 10 people, 9 won't work. If I date 100 people, 99 won't work. So my point is that the more I date, the more dates I go on with people that are not for me.
That's kind of fascinating. Are you a dater? Like, do you go on a lot of dates?
When I'm single, I first go through a period where I don't want to date. When I'm first single, I don't want to date. I can't stand the idea of it. Going on a date only makes me sad.
Right.
The drive home is the worst drive home.
After the date.
The post first date drive after a breakup, those are the worst drives. But they're also very beautiful. You put some music on, it's nice.
Are you like a lover boy?
I'm a romantic in the original sense of the word, like the 18th century romanticism, like romantic about nature, romantic about leaves, and sometimes women. I romanticize everything. I think everything is beautiful in some way. Yes.
That's sweet.
Yeah, like John Keats romanticism, not Adele.
Okay,
but she's great.
She is great. Issue with dating is you go on dates and you don't like everybody.
I very rarely feel something, and I have to feel the things. I don't do the give them a chance, like let them grow on you. Can't do that. I don't do. There's no growth. There's no expansion there. But this is also like a therapist would say this is bad, maybe, because they would say like, okay, no, it sounds like you just want to feel random chemicals that aren't real. And yeah, I do.
You want to feel fireworks.
I want to feel whatever that thing is that is inadvisable by therapy. But I want to feel it. I want to feel the toxicity. I want to feel the obsession. I want to feel the delirium. I want to feel like this is it, even though I just met you. Short of that, we're probably not going to make it. We're not going to make it. Like, we're just not going to do it.
But so you like it when it's toxic?
It's defined as toxic now. I still believe not quite in love at first sight, but in I can love you at first sight.
I agree. I learned this on Instagram. You want to find a fireplace, not firework, but I love fireworks.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the point?
My grandmother used to say, like, if you're not all over each other at the beginning, there's no point.
Exactly. You're supposed to be bunny rabbits. Like, for the first 12 months. You gotta be crazy
in the beginning.
Exactly. Because it's going to get hard. Things are going to be shitty. One of you is going to get sick. The other one's going to, lose their job. Like, it has to be so fun. And I feel fireworks when I eat a churros. Okay. So like, if I don't have fireworks when I'm with like the person I'm going to maybe like if that I'm dating and getting naked with, like, what's the fucking point?
No, it's impossible, actually. Like, I literally can't do it. There is no second date.
Good. I think that's good.
So I'm a serial first dater.
Oh,
one date. Because I only need one date. Because I have this condition where I only want to be with you if I'm crazy about you from the start.
Yeah.
Then I also know right away
if you're not feeling it.
So
wow.
So there's no second dates unless I already feel something dramatic.
So people are going to be, and by people I mean women, are going to be in the comments wanting to know, is Davi single? What's the answer?
I am. I'm very single, but not in a trying to be out here.
What does that mean?
I'm not out in these streets right now. I'm just not. I'm very busy. For once in my life, I'm trying to do good things.
What does that mean?
Well, like so I've been working on this book.
Yeah, tell us about the book.
It's a romance novel. It's quite beautiful, I think. I'm only doing it as an audiobook for now because people want to hear me speak, apparently. So I'm doing an audiobook and just selling it myself. So I'm sorry, big time publishers, but like, come get me after the big time audiobook sales, and we'll talk about maybe doing a print copy. But,
100.
But yeah, it's just a romance novel. So it's a little different than the content in the sense that it's a little bit more serious. Even though like comedy is really just a funny way of saying serious things. It's way more serious. It's way more heartbreaking at times. I mean, it's It's just about love and loss and dating and the things that we feel and when we meet someone, when we lose someone. I think there's going to be some value there, and I hope is that it will be beautiful. And it'll be out really, really soon. I'm recording it actually next week.
That's so exciting. I can't wait. Full disclosure, I asked Davi if I could read it, and he said no. I'm dying. I cannot wait. It's going to be a huge drop. Okay, I'm thinking about this a lot lately, and I want to get your thoughts, and then we're going to get into boy problems. So I feel like women are capable of love in a way that is so big. And I think in a way that goes beyond what most men can A, handle, and B, reciprocate.
I would agree with that. I would say that I have an aunt in Italy. She's a psychologist. And we had this conversation once where she said, for a relationship to be successful, a man has to love a lot more than the woman because women love easier.
Yes.
And the man needs to be really, really in love for this to function. But even as a biological reality, like she was explaining to me, she was saying how men discover their organs earlier than women do because they're exposed.
They're outside.
Men can literally have an infinite amount of children in a calendar year. A woman can have one, or depends if she has twins or triplets, but she can have one pregnancy that goes to term, to birth, in a calendar year. The biological odds are against monogamy unless a man is very, very, very much in love with this woman. Whereas for women, it comes generally a little bit easier because, again, biologically, I think that she is designed for a more stable and monogamous relationship. Again, this only applies to monogamous,
heterosexual,
couples,
blah, blah, blah,
traditional monogamy.
Totally. I so agree. And I was in a relationship recently and I literally said that. I felt like I was initiating more and it really bothered me. I was like, this is so unusual to me. And I was thinking about relationships I'd been in before and I was like, this is so, but at the beginning I thought, oh, this means it's not toxic. Maybe this is just a healthy relationship. It's like, we don't have to be all over each other. But I think the guy has to like the girl more. Like those are the only relationships that work. And he was like, no, that's not true. Like we like each other equally. And I was like, that makes me so nervous that you just said that. Like it made me feel so unsafe.
Also because it doesn't exist because nothing is exactly equal. Like,
that's
true.
If
there was like a way to measure it, there's no way it would be the exact amount, right? There's always somebody that's a little bit more in love.
Well, Esther,
and I think it should be the man.
I agree. And people, you can disagree. It's probably toxic, but I don't care. Give me an example where that didn't work. Give me an example
what didn't work?
Where the guy liking the woman more has not worked. I can't.
In my own personal life, I have a 100% record dating a woman I really, 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 really liked because I think that when a man really, really, really likes a woman, and of course there's some exceptions to this, and pursues her in that way. Another Italian grandma quote, which I'm sure is not just hers, but I've heard this, other people know this quote, but it's infamous. Men fall in love with their eyes and women fall in love with their ears. And so if you're really, really into a girl, you have a really, really good shot of charming her with persistence and time and effort. It's not always going to work, but it works most of the time because that's how men and women tend to fall in love.
Yeah.
Women can be convinced into loving. Whereas as I said earlier, I either want you that way from the start or there's no convincing me. There's nothing you can do or not do that is going to make me change what category I've put you into in my mind. And so... Damn. Yeah. Find guys who are crazy about you.
And this circles back to our original conversation about the nonchalant epidemic, which is, guys, it's normal to be persistent. Or not normal, but it's been like that for a long time, and women are convinciable. And again, this doesn't mean like
not like harassment.
No means no. But I think guys are really scared of rejection, which I totally get.
Yes.
I wouldn't die if I was a guy. Like I can't handle rejection in that way, but I've learned to do it because now I have to go up to guys. But it's hard, but also it's part of it. What do you think women don't get about men?
Oh, wow. If a man is not pursuing you actively, he is not interested in you.
Yeah.
The nonchalance is 100% of the time indicative of disinterest, because when a man wants a woman, he will move heaven and earth. I know men of all nationalities, of all religions, of all ages, of all looks. Every last one of them, when they like a girl, the girl knows it. Listen to me.
If you're confused, he doesn't.
There's
he's
no
not
exception
interested.
to this.
Yeah.
There's no exception to this.
Yeah. I just think if you're confused, period, get out of there. It might mean he's just not interested. It also might mean he's, so emotional. I think emotionally immature people are very confusing. And so either he's that or he's not interested. And I think in both cases, that's not matching your energy and on your level. And so I would encourage, because I know that for me, being confused keeps me in for some reason. I'll be like, no, I need to understand. Oh my God, wait, yes. Right? And now it's like, no.
That is toxic.
We
have to get better at that.
Yes, we're already a we.
We're here.
Okay, this is a long one. Hi, Liz. This is from Alexis. I've been friends with this guy for a few years now, and he always claimed to be one of the good ones. Let's call him Lionel. Lionel has always proven to me that he is indeed a good person ever since I met him. At the same time, however, he continues to complain about how being a nice guy doesn't get him anywhere when it comes to making friends and meeting lovers. He continues to blame others for why he can't grow his inner circle. Lionel is someone who struggles with his mental health, and while I completely understand why it's easy for him to blame others, he's putting his negative energy in the universe. Recently, he unloaded a lot of inner turmoil on me. For backstory, I've been casually hooking up with a not so perfect guy for the last 6 months, and I'm completely okay with that. What can I say? It's good sex. But Lionel has told me that by seeing a guy who can be problematic at times, I am therefore amplifying toxic masculinity by letting this bad guy get away with things. And therefore, I am causing bad guys to be left behind. Oh my God.
Yikes.
Lionel seems to insinuate that the girls who let bad men get away with things by sleeping with them and dating them was the reason for why bad men never change and why the good guys are continuously looked over. He also said that genuinely good people don't let bad people get away with things, therefore insinuating that I'm a bad person. I do not like this.
Lionel is not a good guy.
I don't like this.
He thinks he is. Sorry.
I obviously disagree with Lionel, since it is not the responsibility of women to keep men accountable 24/7. There are obviously more nuances to this whole situation, but it felt horrible to have someone I love and care about tear me down like that. I will not apologize for having a good time, but how the heck do I heal this friendship? How do I get to common ground without compromising my own belief? Thank you for reading, Alexis.
Oh my goodness.
What would you tell Alexis?
The first thing I would say is that one of the markers of someone not being a good person is that if they consider themselves a good person.
Damn. Say that again.
A truly good person would have difficulty answering the question, are you a good or a bad person? They would say, I don't know, I hope so. But yeah, I'm good and they're bad, okay, you're probably not good.
That's so true. Be wary of anyone that describes themselves to you. Instead of that's really, really now a thing that I look out for, because the way that someone is who they are. You are what you do. You're not who you say you are.
The other thing I would say is I would give her the Bronx Tale advice here, where Sonny says to C, C has this friend that owes him $20. He's chasing him all over town. He's like, I gotta get my $20 back. And then Sonny says to him, how good of a friend is this guy? Is he a good friend of yours? No, I can't stand them. Right, you got out cheap. For $20, you don't have to see him ever again. So what I would say is, how good of a friend is this guy? Do you really need to be this guy's friend? I mean, is it really important to you to have this friendship? If it is, we can brainstorm here. But quite frankly, I think you're getting out cheap. He insulted you. Yeah. You don't really need to be friends with this guy. Move on. I'm sure you have plenty of other friends that are good friends. But I think that the way he spoke to you is unbecoming of a friendship.
Yes.
So you're not really friends anyway, so you got out cheap. You're already not friends, and now you don't have to be friends no more.
Yeah, he's not treating you... I mean, my first question would be why do you like Lionel? What about him, is appealing or feels good? Because maybe he's got a lot of money.
Maybe he's fun to hang out with because they go to yacht trips.
But he wouldn't be talking about being a good guy.
No. He would be a bad guy if he had a lot of money.
He sounds miserable. He actually sounds depressed. Honestly, that's the vibe I'm getting.
He has health issues.
He seems to be struggling, and he seems to be externalizing. And I've had this conversation a lot with my therapist over the years, with friendships where I'm being told to be different than who I am. It was a thing that I just kept re-encountering over and over again. She was just very encouraging of, who are the friends that you feel like you can be totally yourself with? What is that feeling? And then tagging that feeling. And then when I don't feel that, sort of taking some distance. And I'm not saying cut him off completely. This might be a great friend to go play baseball with. I don't know. Maybe you have this common interest that you want to do together. But I don't know if Lionel deserves to have a first row seat at your life. To know so many intimate things and then be critical of them.
I agree. I would say have a conversation with Lionel about the way you feel about this and see how he reacts to that. If the reaction is, again, negative, leave. And again, it doesn't make you feel good. I think it's now at this point, you've done everything you can.
Yes.
And it's time to recategorize him as a non-friend.
Yes. Acquaintance, or just, needs to show you evidence of, growth or change in order to have them, being, and the whole like good guy thing, I can't. The good guy things, okay, the nice guys are often not that nice. That's the thing that like I can't get over. Like, it's just so common, and I actually think you setting a boundary with him will make him look at his own life and at his own choices and decisions that maybe are the reason that he's not meeting the right partner, right? Because right now he's just blaming women. It's just also like concerning, right? He's saying he's this, I don't know, maybe he's not saying he's this feminist. What he's really doing is blaming women for his own, what he's miserable about. And as long as you continue to help him elaborate on that story, you're actually not helping him. So even if you care about him, staying in this friendship in the way that it is and accepting that kind of blame, I think is actually making him more entrenched in a position that's actually making him unhappy.
I agree. And unfortunately, I would add that Lionel is now in the majority.
Yeah. Why? What's going on with guys?
I think this actually connects to the earlier conversation of dating and social media and dating apps, how that all plays out. And we have the data on this. I think Professor Galloway talks about this a lot.
Yes.
The data about how, like, realistically, like it's like a very small segment of the male population gets all of the attention on the apps and in life.
Yes.
And so like the marketplace of dating is incredibly unequal. And so like these guys are just like struggling out here. And so I think that creates a lot of resentment and bitterness. And that's bad for everyone.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's
not good for women. It's not good for men. So I don't know what the solution to that is. All I know is that most men feel like Lionel now. They feel that women don't want to date them and they're the good guys and they're getting left behind. And I don't know what we can do about that, honestly.
I mean, this is a controversial take on that. I think we're evolving past men who don't bring anything to the table.
Yeah.
I think women just don't want to reproduce.
Yeah. And there's no need to get married anymore. We're really coming to a full circle here. But the marriage rates are also plummeting because with lessened need to marry, there's also less need to marry a Lionel.
Yes.
Like, there's no reason.
Yeah. Okay, let's do a last question. My friend keeps editing me out of her posts.
Wow.
My best friend and I went on a girls trip to Paris. I posted cute photos of us, but she's only posting solo shots. And in one of them, I swear to God, I can see my elbow where I was cropped out. I know it's petty, but it makes me spiral. I brought the portable charger. I booked the hotel. She cried in my lap about her situationship. Am I crazy for feeling like she's branding herself out of our friendship?
Okay, I would need way more context here.
Yeah.
But I would say that the simple act of cropping someone out and posting a picture isn't necessarily a bad thing, because you might just like that picture of you and you just want it to be just you and you want it to be your thirst trap. But I think generally speaking, if you're going on a trip with a friend, you should post at least one picture together. And then you can crop her out of everything else.
Sure.
But like, just acknowledge that she was in the trip.
Yeah, I disagree.
You do a lot of cropping.
No, I don't know. I think there's a difference between cropping and curation. So I recently, maybe Deb is listening, my friend Deb and I and my friend Rupi went to Miami to see Coldplay. We did an episode from there and it was super fun. We had some group shots with Deb, but Rupi and I got to the concert earlier and took some photos when it was still light outside. And that photo was just better.
Yeah.
And I decided to post the better photo, even though it didn't have Deb in it, not because I don't love Deb and to death and like she wasn't a part of the trip, but that photo was just like not as good
as
the one with Rupi. And so she could feel like I'm curating her out. But I think cropping is a little different. I think cropping feels more brutal.
That's what I'm saying. Like you selected a photo that you liked better and posted it.
Yeah.
You didn't select a photo with her and then crop her out of it.
Yeah, that's tough. I feel like cropping out is like for exes. Like I don't think I've ever cropped out a friend.
I've cropped out like nephews and nieces.
Oh, well yeah, safety.
No, just because like I wanted the picture, like I looked good in it and I just didn't want to have babies in it.
That's harder. I don't know why you would crop out children.
Yeah, I don't know. My friends used to make fun of me. So I'm taking this very personally because my friends used to make fun of me for cropping a lot. I would crop a lot.
Oh, you're a cropper.
I'm a cropper.
Okay, you're a cropper. Okay, so we're on different sides of this debate.
You know what? It's because I'm a man, and so I rarely get pictures taken of me. And so like when I randomly get a good picture of me, I want to just have the picture be of me.
Yes.
So that then I can use it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
I should just take more pictures. That way when I take pictures with my nephews and I look good, I don't have to get rid of them.
You don't need it. Why don't people take pictures of men?
Listen to me. One of the things that I'm coming to terms with now, because my ex would call me, I was chronically offline. Yeah. Like I randomly just showed up on TikTok 4 months ago.
Which is so funny because you have a gajillion followers.
Yeah. So by the way, shout out, like my ex is the reason I'm on TikTok. She's the one that made me try.
Wow.
And then around the time I went viral, she also left me. So we'll do that on the next episode. But in the meantime,
do you want to talk about it?
That's all right. It's in the book. Sorry, never mind. The book is fiction. It's totally fiction, guys.
Okay. If you're not watching this, he eye rolled. There's quotation marks.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, all fiction is a little bit fact. And so I also never took a lot of pictures in my life because I wasn't posting anything because I didn't have any platform to post on. And I think now that I am online and I'm out here like literally looking through my phone because once in a while I'm like on my Instagram I'm like once in a while I gotta post a picture about something.
Yeah.
And I'm looking through my phone and I can't find anything. And it made me realize also that I'm getting old like all of us do, and I kind of regret having not taken pictures of my youth.
Wow.
So I'm gonna start being a little bit more intentional. The guys have some glam shots. You know what? Get a photographer.
Get a woman.
Or a woman.
Women will take good photos of you.
And bring,
angles.
Put on outfits.
Yeah.
Wear things that you like. Don't save them for the event that never comes. And then like take your picture.
Yeah. Lionel's get a woman to take photos of you. Like I've seen Lionel's dating profile.
Oh, you know Lionel.
I know Lionel's. I've seen them. They abound on all of the. I mean, they're everywhere.
We gotta stop with the fish.
Well, with the fish?
The holding of the fish.
Don't hold fish. Ask a woman in your life to take a look at your dating profile. And by the way, the reverse is true. I show guys my dating profile. I don't not care what women think, but I'm primarily trying to attract men.
Right.
And so obviously their opinion about my dating profile is going to be, better. For the guys, just ask a woman in your life. You're such an interesting example because you were extremely offline. Yeah. Now you're one of the most viral people online. And it's a lot of women who follow you, right?
Yeah, it's predominantly women.
And what has that taught you about where we're at? That what you're saying is resonating with so many women. When I looked at who followed you that I know on Instagram, it was really fascinating because it was not one type of woman. It wasn't like, like Gen Z, like living in New York. Like it was young women, older women, black women, white women. Like it was a married women, single women. Why do you think what you're saying about women and men and relationships, why do you think that is resonating with so many women?
I don't intentionally set out to pander to women as the occasional Lionel comments.
Yeah.
I think that as a general matter, people love to be seen. I think that what I put out there is like a recognition, the way that they feel or the way that they think. And also, to be fair, I'm also putting out a lot of content that would or should be helpful to men.
Yes.
Like most of my posts are really me just saying what men should be doing.
Yeah.
The women are clapping, but really it's tips for men.
Yeah.
It just so happens to be that the men are just either like hating on the comments or maybe they're secretly, I've been told recently by girlfriends that like, oh no, a bunch of guys know about you and they love you.
Wow.
So maybe they're just like silent appreciators.
Sure.
The women are much more loudly clapping.
Yeah.
But I think that's mainly it. I think women are happy to recognize that there is at least one person. And by the way, it's not just one person. I'm not, the dating messiah. And also what's funny about this is like my best friend said, the irony is not lost on me that you are giving relationship tips.
Oh, because
obviously I have not been successful.
Well, you've been in relationships.
I have been in relationships, but it's just funny that I'm out here.
Yeah.
I've suffered a lot. And I think that I know things even through failure. So you don't have to succeed in relationships to know about them. And I think I know a lot about them even from the ways that they haven't worked.
I feel the same way.
And I hope that the next time I can do better, that we could all do better together.
Well, because when it doesn't work, you're forced to really reflect if you're doing it right.
Yeah.
If you're doing it right. I feel the same way where I feel like I know so much about relationships because I've thought about why they haven't worked out so much, and what part is mine, what part is the other person, what part is like, the relationship also has like, I think a higher power that also like what didn't work and why and what could have changed it. And
I think the worst thing you can do after a relationship is not think about what you did wrong.
I know. And so many people don't.
Most people, protect themselves and justify themselves and put the blame on the other person.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important. Think about yourself more than the other person. At the end, and what did you do wrong?
Yeah.
What did you do well? What are you not proud of?
Yeah.
What would you like to do better? And that's important. And most people just don't do that.
There's a difference between doing that and self-blame. I think I'm still figuring out the difference. A relationship is always two people. The magic takes two people, and the, difficulties
certainly
take two people. So everybody needs to go order.
The link for that will be on my Instagram, on my TikTok. It's going to be on my page.
Okay, great. And so go and order Davi's book. Go follow him on every social platform. It is incredible content. I have felt so seen by what you've posted.
Awesome.
I told you that when we first talked on a phone, I was like, wait, what did I say? I was like, are you for real? Like, are you real? Like, you don't understand. Like, there's been so many things that you've posted that speak to a part of me that I didn't even know existed. Like, that's the way I can put it for you. You are very validating of women's experiences. And I do hope more men tune into your content. So if you're a guy, especially if you're a guy, you should go check out everything that Davi's doing, because I think it has a lot of opportunity for healing. It's not hating men. It's not hating on either, gender. I think it's acknowledging current and common modern dating issues between men and women. And I think it has the potential for women and men to find each other. And that's what this podcast is about. That's truly what I want. I just want us to all be in love and make love and
that'd be nice.
Be happy.
Let's all fall in love with somebody.
Yeah, let's all fall in love with someone. Thank you so much for coming in, doing your first podcast.
First one ever.
Davi's a podcast virgin, and now you're going to see him everywhere on every podcast. I'm actually shocked, and I've been around for like 2 days.
That's why.
No, I'm so honored you came on. It means a lot. And you're very busy. You have like a real job.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer.
For now,
guys.
we're gonna try to get rid of that job soon.
Okay, wait. Are you, so women can't DM you? Like,
they do.
They do.
By the hundreds.
Oh my God.
Listen, if you're DMing me.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
You're going to buy the book, right? Like, if you're DMing me, you're going to buy the book. Otherwise, what are you DMing me for? Like, you like me, but you don't really like me? Most of them are just being nice and complimentary and saying, oh, well, I love your content. Oh, you're so funny. Oh, this is great. And then once in a while, you also get, someone that maybe is trying to like
get in there.
Meet me.
Okay.
And, like I said, I'm not using my TikTok or Instagram as a dating app.
That's probably good.
For now.
But
we'll see what happens.
We'll see how desperate it gets out there. When you're 60.
When I'm 60 and everyone is on the dating app, I'll just be using my TikTok.
Okay, great. What will be TikTok when we're 60?
Who knows?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm so scared of the future. Thank you so much for making the present a lot less scary, Davi, and thank you for coming on to Boy Problems. Thank you to all of you for listening. Thank you for your amazing Boy Problems. Please keep sending them. They're in the link in my bio on Instagram. Leave Spotify comments. I love to read them. They're the best part of my day when I get a Spotify notification.
We love comments.
And don't slide into Davi's DMs too hard. Okay, buy his book first, and then you can ask him out. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, everyone.